Hey there, welcome to Contracts and Chaos. My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Brenna, and we're here to tell you that you are not alone in the mayhem of this real estate industry.
We're keeping it real and sharing our stories, strategies, and successes in today's real estate world.
So come join us every Tuesday while we talk contracts and chaos. Let's talk about cars in real estate.
What your realtor, we thought we'd do a fun one. What your realtor car says about you. And for the record, both of our vehicles are listed in here.
I can't wait. I didn't even I saw that it said like white SUV, and I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get here.
I will admit, I had AI help with this list of things of cliches, and it missed me. So I went back and said, hold on, you missed a whole category in here to make sure we are both included in this.
I love that.
So, and obviously these are unfair, but they're also like incredibly accurate.
And a little funny, like it's like those scroll, you can, like, it's for your zodiac sign and like all those things you can scroll through and be like, what does your zodiac sign say about you? What does your car say about you? What does your coffee say about you? Right? So take this all with a little grain of salt and a little chuckle, right? None of this is personal. Unless you want to take it personally and laugh about it, that's fine, because I'm sure I will. So
yeah, we're not going through this to like insult anyone. This is meant to be funny, haha, slap your knee.
Because we need it.
We all know, right? We need it at this point in the year, and we all know you pull up to those broker opens or those lunch and learns, and you just know it's an event full of realtors.
Before we get started on this, I have to say, one of the very first listing appointments I went on, and mind you, I was at that point, what was I driving? Oh, a little Ford Focus hatchback. Okay, that's what I was driving. And when I pulled in, the seller was like, "You're a real estate agent?" And I was like, "Yes." And he's like, "You must not be very successful because you don't drive a white BMW."
See, even the clients know.
And I was like,
what's funny?
But I had no idea at the time. I was like, that's such an odd thing to say.
When I started, I had a little Audi hatchback, but it was a 2012, and we were in 2020. So still a little hatchback, little four-door. And then when that got totaled, I went into that 2006 Audi. Because I've always been, since college, a Volkswagen, Audi, BMW girl. And y'all, don't come at me. I'm not rich. My parents are not rich. My first Volkswagen was a hand-me-down. I just happened to fall into that family of cars. But it at least kind of looked the part. The body was still in good shape, the paint was still in good shape, and it had the logo on the front. So unless you knew that brand, you didn't know how old that car was.
Yeah.
But that was a conversation when my mechanic and I were discussing what I should buy to replace, because I didn't know what I wanted when my car got totaled. That's why I just bought like a little beater. And he wanted me to go look at this certain Mercedes model. And I said, nope. And he was like, why? I said, one, I don't like Mercedes. Two, at the price point I typically sell, if I pull in a Mercedes, all they're going to see is that hood ornament and go, she makes too much money, we're not hiring her. I said, but BMWs and Audis seem much more approachable because their base models are not much more than a high-end Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, GMC.
Yeah.
So people see those as, oh, they could have one too. But if I pull in with Mercedes, people are going to judge hardcore, and I don't want that. And I have a BMW SUV. People see it, but they don't. And mine it's older. It's a 2018. But people don't, actually one of my clients right now is a car guy, and he was like, nice X5. He's like, you don't see that body style a lot. And I said, oh yeah. I said, are those your thing? And he was like, well, I used to drive a BMW. I said, oh, well, then you'll appreciate this. I said, it's a diesel with the M Sport package. And he just looked at me and went, never sell that car. And I said, yes, sir. Because there's so much that like Chevy, it's a Z71, it's a high trail or whatever, because it's slapped all over the car. They're much more discreet. So in BMW, Audi, so you could have something very high end, that just kind of looks like your neighbor's car in their driveway.
Yeah.
And not that mine, I mean, again, mine's a 2018, but it has these things that you wouldn't know if you didn't know. So, but I do feel that like people wonder when you pull up, like, what are they driving?
Yeah.
So, okay. And I remember when I got this car, my client's like, "Oh, you bought a new car." And I was like,
Yes,
because
but
I had just sold their sold their kids $1 million house, and I was like, "Yeah, I did buy a new car." but anyway, okay. So let's start with the luxury SUV Realtor. So you've got the Range Rovers. I don't know that I count an Escalade as a luxury SUV, but I guess technically it is.
Yeah, a lot of people count an Escalade as a luxury SUV.
I think I would almost, knowing price points and tags, a Denali Tahoe, I think would be on the same level to me as an Escalade. So, because I looked at one once and then I went, not happening. Or like a Mercedes SUV. So what's the vibe there, Brenna? What do you think when you see one of those, a realtor pull up on one of those?
Well, it's so funny because the first person I think of when I think of a luxury SUV realtor is like a certain pink Range Rover that we know and love. And the vibe that we're talking about is like they have immaculate branding, like perfect Instagram. They are showing up and showing out, right? It's not just a facade though. Like these people are somehow running 1,000,000 miles an hour, have a giant business, and literally just got off of Pilates or yoga or something. You know, they're closing deals and they're just, I don't know, with their luxury SUV.
Or I think of, she actually wasn't the first person I thought of, but you're right. I also think of like, there's an agent in the Charlotte market who always wears pinstripes on closing day.
Oh my God.
Always in a suit. No matter what I've never seen the man. He's probably the guy that if he wears jeans, irons the crease in them and puts on like a belt and loafers. Like that's the other end of the spectrum for me. And I think you know what agent I'm talking about. Always it's on his Insta. It's in his stories. Like, oh, closing day. Which pinstripe suit am I going to wear? And I'm like, oh, we get Starbucks on closing day, but sure.
Yeah, right. Love Starbucks.
But that's what I think. It's like their life is so curated, but it's not ironically done. Like this is actually, and I get it. I wish I had like enough time to go buy clothes in all the same color or like I haven't gotten there yet.
Man, I want to get my colors done. And listen, I'm not falling down a rabbit hole. I've done this a lot lately, but I want to get my colors and style done. I think that would be so cool.
That would be fun. We should do that sometime.
We should.
Maybe that we can go do that as a big sister, little sister event.
How fun would that be? The next one on our list is actually mine. The white SUV Realtor. All right, so we're talking about a Ford Explorer. We're talking about a Tahoe, a Yukon, Palisade. Like you get the idea. The big white SUV, like the soccer mom car on steroids. That's what we're talking about. And what do you, but aside from softball gear and stinky socks, what do you think of when you think of a white SUV? Because I love my car. I did not get it because I was like, oh, this is what people think of me as a real estate agent with this car. I needed room for my kids' catching gear. Yes.
Yeah,
that's what I needed.
But that's definitely part of what I think is like 800 kids might fall out of it when you hit a bump. There's definitely going to be snacks. You're the agent I'm coming to when we're at a lunch and learn to be like, hey, you got snacks? Because like I forgot to pack some and they haven't brought lunch in yet.
Yes.
You also have that like top producer energy, even if you're not, and I'm not saying you're not, but like they are, because they have to, usually because I'll be honest, they usually have kids. They have to be that organized, that put together, that structured. So they have that energy. They have that drive of, I know I have an hour during school pickup line, and then I have an hour during softball while I sit here, and watch practice. But other than that, I'm shuffling kids or picking up ponies or doing whatever. Like you're practical but polished. Like you're put together, but you're not showing up in a mini skirt and high heels. You're probably showing and please don't take offense to this. The story you posted the other day, I think you were at new construction with like Michelle Weaver, and it was all like 5 or 6 agents coming in, and it was sundress, Brenna in jeans and
a t-shirt.
And I was like, Brenna's signature. Like I was waiting for it. I was like, is Brenna gonna wear a sundress? I have
Absolutely
never
not.
seen Brenna in anything but jeans or dress pants. I was like, ever. And I know you wear dresses because you borrowed some of mine once.
Yep.
But I was like, I was like literally like a little kid on Christmas. Like, is she gonna show up in a sundress?
What is she wearing? No, jeans.
But you
jeans and a
you
nice
were very
shirt.
put together, very appropriate, but also practical because you probably had to go pick up kids or go to practice or hike an 80-acre lot with your clients. Like, that's what I think of.
I think that those agents are the like down to earth and approachable kind of level of producer, you know what I mean? Not the ones that you're like, oh God, like I see her, but like I would be so scared to talk to her, you know?
Right, because like if I ran into if I didn't know Pink Land Rover, which we're not besties, but I know her. I could walk up to her and have a conversation.
Sure.
But if I didn't know her and hadn't already met, there's no way in hell I'd just walk up to that woman. And she's very nice, very approachable.
Yes.
Or Pinstripes guy. I've never had a one-on-one conversation. I'm in rooms with him all the time. I would never walk up to him and be like, hi, my name's Alyssa. It's really great to meet you. Nope. Hard stop.
That's hilarious.
Have you seen this is a trend like a year or two ago on social media, the white SUV mom versus the black SUV mom?
Yes.
You're totally white. I always want to comment, like, what's the silver SUV auntie mean? Like,
yeah, what is that one?
What's that? I'm going to have to maybe I'll start my own TikTok.
I would start your own trend. There you go.
The silver SUV auntie. I could tell you what my niece thinks. It's, Mom, her car's way cooler than yours. It has purple lights.
Yeah,
and
that
then
is way cooler.
My mom's new car has purple lights, and she told my mom, Yaya's purple lights are better.
Are better. Obviously, they're better. That's fine. All right, let's talk about Jeeps. Ha. What's a Jeep real estate agent? And listen, I used to have a Jeep. All I wanted was a Jeep Rubicon. I did. A Jeep Rubicon 4-door hardtop. That's all I wanted, right? So part of when we moved to North Carolina, Travis, we was like, well, I found this at an auction if you want to get it. Like, that's like my move to North Carolina. We'll get the Jeep when we get there kind of thing. And so we did, but it had a blown motor. And listen, the amount of time that it took to put that thing back together and get it going. And then honestly, it is the most uncomfortable vehicle I've ever driven.
They're not.
It's not road, like, it's not showing a million houses. And at that time, I was driving to first Morrisville and then Kannapolis to go to the office, which if you're not from around here, that's literally over an hour of travel from where I am. They are not comfortable drivers. I love them. It's just not.
They're not meant to be. They were designed for a reason. And it's not to be a grocery crawler. I love when you see them, like, they're all decked out with all the stuff. And I'm like,
yep. That's so
weird, because none of that has a scratch on it. That's just for looks. Like, have you ever climbed anything other than a curb at Harris Teeter?
Right, that's funny. Probably not.
I feel like my car has gone more off-road than some of them that I see. But I feel like their vibe is like, I don't know. I think this goes multiple ways, because I think there's a lot of soccer moms with Jeeps right now too.
Yes.
Like, I'm thinking of one agent specifically, always at baseball practice, but she does sell a lot of land. She's rural, so it kind of makes sense to me for her to have a Jeep. But they're like always outside. They probably own a ring light. I don't know why I feel like they own a ring light, but I feel like they do.
Because they're doing content on the go.
Maybe, yeah. Like, it's one of those transportable ones. But then I also saw them at a luxury event the other day that I was like, why are they don't work down that way that often in a luxury event? Like,
That's
I'm very confused. But who knows? I don't know.
They're rolling into lunch and learns like 3.5 minutes late. Like, not like noticeably late, but a tiny bit late.
Right. And they always like have a granola bar.
Oh my God.
Or one of those, you remember those big, it's like Stanley's are the thing now, but remember the like big Nalgene bottles? I feel like they're the person that carries the old school Nalgene bottle, or the old school, like when Yeti first came out with water bottles, and it's like
With the handle on
lid
it.
that's like a handle. Like they're rolling in with that. They're not coming in with the trendy Stanley or an Owala or something like that.
That's funny.
And their backpack is probably, I was going to say Eastern Mountain Sports, but that doesn't exist anymore. I don't even know if that was a thing in the South. Probably like it's a hiking bag / computer bag from like REI is what they're slinging over their shoulder.
Probably. That tracks.
Or something similar. They're not coming in with a designer handbag, probably.
No. Do you think that they hand out ducks?
I mean, I do, because I technically own a Jeep. So
I always forget you own a Jeep.
Okay,
let's talk Teslas and not the Cybertrucks, because I just don't like them. They literally, I saw a podcast where this guy said that it was like writing in an email and he couldn't explain that, and I literally can't look at them any other way.
That makes so much sense, but no sense at the same time.
No, I know. That's what I had to share, because he said, listen, it's like writing in an email, and I was like, I understand. I have no idea what you're saying, but I get it.
I've never ridden in one, but I've seen, even Teslas in general, I've seen enough of them. And it's like, yeah, it's just one big screen in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it reminds me of what Mini Coopers want to be. Like, all of their controls are between, I can't stand it. I cannot, it's all, you have to look here to see how fast you're going, unless you have the heads-up display. And I can't, they're cute little car. I mean, horrible transmissions and engines, but y'all, cars are my thing. So this is.
I was gonna say this is not a. Okay, great. No. I trust you on it. I'm sure you're right. The vibe.
Yeah, I feel like it's just one big iPad, and I'm like, that's not a car to me. Sorry.
It really is an iPad, but their vibe is. I'm gonna add one to this list because it's not even on here. I'm pretty sure that they work at a cloud brokerage. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think that they're driving into a Berkshire Hathaway.
I was just gonna say they're not a Berkshire Hathaway agent.
That's so terrible. And if you drive a Tesla and work at Berkshire Hathaway, please send us a message. Yes. But that's just like the vibe that it gives off, right? They're very, I assume that anybody really that drives a Tesla is very tech oriented and very like ChatGPT and AI and like all about efficiency and automation and like probably a little bit of making the world a better place and trying to save the planet, which, sure. Right. Probably
they're probably the one who's like, filming their content while charging their car. Like they're the agent who most of their content is in the driver's seat of their car.
Well, because
and you think they're between showings, but really they're sitting there for 3 hours charging their car between showings.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Because one of the moms on our softball team has a Tesla, and she drives it once in a while. But at one of the tournaments, she had to leave during a game break and find a gas station that had a charging port. And she sat there for like 45 minutes, and she's like, "Yeah, I got like a quarter of a battery or whatever." She's like, "So we'll make it home." And I'm like, oh my God, could never. Yeah. Absolutely could never.
I looked at them because I really like the Ford Mustang one. It's I'll give them that. It's nice. But I was listening a podcast yesterday. I had a commercial for EVs, and they were like, the average person only drives 40 miles a day, and I was like, I am so far above average because I'm headed 100 miles out today and 100 miles back to the mountains. I was like, there's no way that would work for me. No. I also feel like they're the agent that's like, have you optimized your full potential? And they're probably like in an ice bath at 5 a.m.
Their CRM is on point. I'm confident. Right? Like it runs like a well-oiled machine, and
they're very into biohacking. They're gonna live forever.
Maybe this episode is just gonna live in our archives because we're just making crap up at this point.
Ourselves too. I mean, we're gonna make fun of ourselves. Like we already got yours, and like I said, like 8 billion kids fall out of an SUV.
It's true. It's true. There was a package that had the bench in the middle and the bench in the back, and I was like, no, I want captain's chairs in the middle. So
that's one more kid. I don't need it. Right. I don't need the potential to drag someone else's kid around.
It looks really big, but it really only seats 6. So
yeah.
That's
6
enough.
And a bunch of softball stuff.
Yeah,
so
that's enough.
Honestly, and you fold that back seat down for all the softball stuff, you really only fit 4.
That's right. That's exactly right. Let's talk the old, faithful, trusty sedan, the 4-door, the Honda Accord, the Altima, the
The Camrys. I knew an agent who drove a Camry. Oh, Mike. It's probably, I'll be honest, they're probably the most financially responsible of all of us.
Listen, that part though, because hear me out, okay? I just have to say, cars are expensive, you guys. It's the dumbest thing ever. But
they're expensive to buy, they're expensive to maintain. Right now they're expensive to fuel,
and insure and all of this crap. But I have to tell you, when I see an agent that I know that they're hustling and they're selling cars, selling houses and all this stuff, and they show up in the most like wonderful Honda circa like 2009. They're just the most financially responsible humans on the planet. There are better things for them to spend their money on.
And honestly, you know what else I would wrap into this? And I don't even think it's just like sedans, but like the people who have the Honda CR-V or the Toyota RAV4, like the little small economical SUV
that get a million miles to the gallon
for forever. Like I think they get grouped into this into this category as well because I mean, they're fuel efficient most of the time, unless you throw like a V6 in one. They last for forever if you take care of them.
And you can still fit a sign in the back seat.
I mean, even when I had the little hatchback or the 4-door, you can just lay that back seat down and shove a post up there. Like you make it work. You strap it to the roof.
But these people are the ones that aren't like, I feel like they're probably using social media. Everyone uses social media, but they're not like all about proving to the social world what they're doing, right? When you look up their numbers, you're like, holy crap. She sold like, how many houses? Right? Like, no way. And they're just out here doing business, right? They're following up with their people. They get up, they do the work that they said they were going to do, and they are succeeding because of it, because they're not about making it a showcase for anybody. They are building the life that they're trying to build with
they're
no cares.
Consistent and predictable.
I love that. Listen, if I could fit a million things in that car, I would rather drive a car, I think, because my car gets near no miles to the gallon. Truly. Like I just want a car.
It's good gas mileage, but diesel's so expensive.
It's terrible. It's awful. I don't know very many pickup truck realtors, but
I know a couple of them.
But the description that we have here is very like I would vote yes on that, right? That they're like probably closing land deals, right? That they what's the agency that like literally just closes like land deals, I feel like, or mostly land deals around here.
Oh, the one that they have like the deer in their logo.
They have a deer logo.
I know who you're talking about. One of their agents just left and went somewhere else, and I was surprised by it.
They have great they have like I show a lot of their listings on. Anyways, but
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of them. But yeah, I would bet their agents, because their logo literally has a whitehead stag in it. And most of their listings are rural, stuff like that. This agent's going to know like septic systems. They're going to understand the difference between an engineered one and a whatever and a blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They definitely own tools. They're going to be the guy that's like, oh, that doesn't work. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me grab that out of the truck. They also, I think this is very underestimated, because I know a luxury agent who drives a pickup truck, or did the last time we discussed vehicles. They understand IRS rules and regulations.
Oh,
because you know why most millionaires drive an F-150? It's a tax write-off. The size, the usage, all those things. It's one of the easiest vehicles to use as a tax write-off. So, they're also the guy that, like, they're the agent that has a guy for everything. They know all of the contractors. They know the plumbers. They know, like, they're probably hanging out with them on Saturday morning before their open house at Lowe's, picking stuff up.
That all tracks. And I think that they probably, like, hunt with their friends and fish on the weekends. Because why else would you need a truck?
And they're the ones booking, like, the elk hunting excursions, but not talking too much about it.
Yeah. I think that's a good one.
Okay, so this one's not a specific type of car. It's more about the condition of their car. And this one actually spurred from my dad, who's not a realtor.
Okay.
But my mom is going to be listening to this, and they've been divorced for almost 30 years. And she's going to laugh.
Okay.
Because this is my biggest pet peeve as a car owner. And my car is currently in this condition. It's actually on the list of things to do today is empty that sucker out. It's the chaos car realtor. This is the agent who has anything you could ever need in their car for you. They've got extra open house signs. There's a case of water bottles, fast food receipts because they're rolling in on 2 wheels everywhere they go and don't have time to make dinner. There's that one random shoe where I took them out last night because I started the process. I had just a pair of heels floating around in my car from a photo shoot the other day because I've been so busy. They have lock boxes stuffed in the doors where you're supposed to put a tissue box or something. Oh, nope, that's full of lock boxes. But
sometimes I feel like my car can look like a chaos car sometimes. And then I'm like, you girls need to go out there and clean out my backseat. I don't need the colored pencils and any of that. But I have to tell you, the chaos car, if you had known me when I was just got my license, 16, 17, right? I lived out of my car basically. As soon as I had wheels, I was gone all the time. I was working. I worked at the farm and I traveled and competed competitively. What? I rode horses competitively around New England. But it was always the funniest thing because a friend would be like, hey, do you have a sweatshirt? And I'm like, oh, absolutely, right? Pop that trunk. I've got an English saddle, a Western saddle. I've got 2 changes of clothes, dirty boots. I've got probably a lunchbox from last week. You can open it if you want. If it's good, you can have it,
God.
It was. And yeah, those were some good days.
I can't
Loved
stand that.
loved you pop my glove box open and you could have a ketchup packet, a handful of tissues. There's probably a fork that I washed off in a gas station bathroom, and just in case I'm eating something, I just I'm not even
if
kidding
you're
you.
not seeing these clips on social media right now, I am literally gagging.
I'm not even kidding. If we could roll call some of my besties from when I was 16 or 17, they would all say absolutely. I got socks from Brenna's backseat, 1,000%. My entire life was in my red Grand Prix.
I think I had a trunk organizer before they were a thing. Which is hysterical because, if you look at the background in my office right now, my office is just a pile. I try to keep, but there's a bunch of projects happening, and we had to do 3 printers in the last month. So we're figuring out where it all fits now. But my car, exact opposite. And it's because, and Dad, if you're listening, yes, this is one of those nature versus nurture childhood reaction PTSD things. My dad traveled a lot for work, so he was that person. He had, and he still does. And
my dad's the same way.
You literally go to ride with him, and you have to move stuff to get in his car, and he drives a Traverse. It's not like he has a small car.
It's pretty big.
There are bins of things. He has to move stuff for the dogs, and the dogs go with him lots of places these days. And the quintessential story was we had this big ice storm come through late 90s, early 2000s in upstate New York. And it wiped out the North Country for over a month. People were without power for over a month up there. And he was working in the command center because that's what he does. And I don't know, a week or 2 in, some people were like, oh, I just need to go to the gym. You're cooped up in an office in a command center. You can't do anything. I gotta get it out. But they couldn't. And my dad goes, oh, hold on a second. Goes out to his car and rolls a Nordic track in. Because, everyone just happens to have a Nordic track in the back of their car. So,
Listen.
To me, no. I was the girl in high school. I may have had a bunch of stuff in it that day, but it got loaded in. I'm very much national parks with my car. If you bring it in, you take it out with you.
Leave it better than you found it.
Yes, it comes out. And that's what's driving me nuts right now is because I've been busy and crazy and everywhere for the last 9 months, it's just started to, and I can feel it. And yesterday I stopped to put fuel in it and I was like, okay, the garbage can is out of place. It's full. Let's empty this. Oh, look, I do have a plastic bag for my open house the other day. So I reorganized that. okay, I can breathe a little better. I got home last night. I was like, okay, these other couple things need to come out. Today, the rest of it's coming out. I'm going to vacuum it. I'm not going to wash it because we're on a water
We're in a
reserve
drought.
thing and it's going to rain all week. But I'm like, I have at a minimum, it's got to come out. Like, I cannot. I literally in high school, I probably had, I don't think trunk organizers were a thing then, but I probably had something similar to it. Like,
Yeah.
cannot stand
I have
a
one
filthy
now.
or full vehicle.
My car game has definitely come a long way as far as like what's in it and where, like, I know where to find it kind of situation. But like I'm very close to the same person that I was in high school, right? I was a hustler. I was a running and going, and I
I'm
just
a
had
hustler,
everything.
but it's got to be organized hustle in that vehicle.
Yeah, it was not, it was chaos in my, like I said, all I wanted was a red sports car. My red Grand Prix and I had great times together. Okay, we have one
I
more.
have the back of the chair office organizer. I have the desk tray. I have the trunk organizer. I have the garbage can. Like each door where there's a spot to put a water bottle is one of the round Kleenex holders. Like there's not just a box of Kleenex floating around in my car. No. I don't like that my center console doesn't have organization to it. And I found a thing on Amazon a couple weeks ago that literally is designed like it's kind of like just a little holster for your lip balm that you can like 3M tape to the inside of your center I'm going to get one because I can't stand that it just floats around in there. Ugh.
Speaking of Alyssa and her car, we have one more on this list, and it is the white base model BMW Realtor.
Which technically is not what mine is. But
It's not.
This is
No,
the
yours is
closest
way
I
cooler.
could get. So, because I do feel like that's the cliche, like
Say
it's
that
a white
that
3
seller.
Series. It's aggressively financed, like
Tinted windows. You've
yes,
got like,
my windows are not tinted right now. I haven't done that yet.
oh, I love a
yet.
tinted window. I love a tinted window. The dealership plates are like still there. Like they're still like,
See, that's one thing I don't allow on my cars.
I don't like it either.
Or the label, I make them take it off before I'll take delivery. I won't
don't-
sign the paperwork until the license plate frame and that little sticker are off my car.
I
No
don't
thanks.
want to advertise for you. Take it off.
Exactly. Like, are you advertising for me? No. So, but I do feel like this is the cliche, like an agent who has like their first 1 or 2 closings. Oh, I've got it. And they run out and they go buy, and it may not be a BMW. The BMW seems to be the most common, but something that's like, that they think now says, I'm a professional, I'm successful, which your client proved to you.
Right. Well, that was
because you didn't have the BMW.
I was like, it's funny because I was so new. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, what? White BMW? And then now I'm like, oh no, he's right. He's right.
Right.
Everybody who thinks there's somebody who drives a white BMW, the minute they
silver.
can. I know.
And
I'm not
mine
picking on
are
you.
silver and the other one's blue. So,
And yours are way cooler than a white base model anyways.
thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. Mine are fun. They've definitely filmed a reel leaning against the hood on the roof of a parking garage.
Yeah. Oh, we upped it.
We're
Okay.
upping
All
that
right.
one.
Wait. Let me.
Because there is an agent I'm thinking of. They got married last week, and literally his engagement photos
That's
were
hilarious.
against the luxury vehicle on the top of the parking garage.
It's so funny to me
And I
when
was
people
like,
have vehicles in those moments like that, unless it's like some super cool old school car or truck,
right,
right?
or like a really great shot of the skyline, and that's the only place in the city you can get it.
Yeah, I don't know. The other thing that I feel like most of these agents have is like that weird yellow, brownish, faded gold,
gold, like,
logo.
Canva logo.
Yeah, like the
Yes.
the gradient
The one where I'm like,
gold.
I'm waiting for them to say something like, "You should be a lion, not a sheep." Like, I'm just waiting. It's gonna come out at some point. They're gonna say, "I'm a
my
lion.
God.
I'm not a sheep."
This is hilarious.
Yes.
The last line that
And
you
they
have
say
in
luxury
here.
like 10 times a day. I'm a luxury agent. Meanwhile, they really only sold like $200,000 to $300,000 houses, but they're luxury. They are. I know a couple agents who blast. I'm blah 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 blah, and then you look at their numbers and you're like, but you're not. Your average price point's 300. What are you talking about? That's not luxury in this market.
Funny because I know personally, like, I've pivoted through a couple of these phases, right? The chaos car, the Ford Focus was a chaos car. My kids were 2 and 3, and there was more Cheerios in the back seat than there was lock boxes, but it's one of those things like I feel like your business grows and morphs with you. And again, this is a funny episode, y'all. Laugh at it. It's one of those things.
Right. This is a laugh at yourself, laugh at each other. We're not making fun of you. We're all laughing together. So,
To be honest, I'd never had a car payment until I got my real estate license and I got my VW Atlas, which love that
and that was a good car. I remember that car.
Love that car. But I have to tell you, like, my husband bullied me into buying that car because I was like, homie, I cannot afford this payment. I can't. Like, I've never had a payment this big. And he said some rendition of, well, you figure when you have a payment like that, it's more responsibility. You figure it out.
You know what's funny? He's right, because I'm looking at her book right now. Jen Sincero, in her book, You're a Badass at Making Money. That is her theory. If you get the car payment, get the whatever, you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah. He said, you're not going to miss a payment. Right. He said, you're not going to miss a payment. He's like, you just have to like push yourself out of your comfort zone and do that. So I was like, oh my God, okay, here we go. And that was my I made it purchase. I bought a new car. Holy crap, right? And now the payment is much more on the Yukon than it was on the VW.
I can only imagine what that payment is like. I didn't have a payment when I got started because the hatchback had been paid off for a while. I paid it off when I quit my job because I was like, I don't want to have to worry about this. But getting a car payment as a new agent or even an agent a couple years in, it can be scary, especially like I don't have anyone else. If business doesn't go well, it is just me. Like I don't have a spouse with income to help or, another job or something like that. I don't remember what my first, I know it wasn't my first I've made it purchase, but it was a, hey, look at me, and an F you to someone specifically purchase because they owed this item to me. And anyway, I went out and bought a pair of Golden Goose sneakers.
I remember this.
Yeah. It wasn't my first. I do feel like I probably bought a bag or something when I first got it. But I was also so nervous to spend money. So it was a lot of okay, let me buy a printer. Let me buy a better computer. Let me buy the letter folding machine. I was, as much as I could be, reinvesting in the business before I let myself buy fancy things or a big I did it purchase. I'm looking around trying to think. I can't think of anything that I was yeah, I closed a deal and I'm going to go out and buy this fancy thing. Other than those Golden Gooses at that one point. Or this was more of it wasn't an I've proven myself, but for Christmas last year, I bought myself the handbag I had wanted for a long time. But also was a business purchase because I bought the size that fits my laptop on purpose.
See, and so it's a write-off at this point.
Right,
so
it was.
It's great.
It fits my laptop. That's literally why I bought it. So, but I know some people I guess one of the things and I don't think this is I've made it, but you upgrade your headshots, or I did buy a vanity domain, but that's, to me, again, business purchase. That's not an I've made it.
Well, and at the end of the day, the car doesn't determine your value or how good of a real estate agent you are, because listen, back to that 4-door Honda CRV agent, they are out there crushing it, and we see you without your flashy purple lights or your big white SUV, or you know what I mean. It's one of those things, but it is funny. It is a vibe. So
yes, just know that we mean this all in good fun, and we're making fun of each other and ourselves.
Yes,
and you go get whatever it is. If it is a new car and you can afford it, go do it. Make yourself, because sometimes you need that boost. You need that.
Well, sometimes you need that write-off, to be honest.
Or the write-off, yes, especially if it's December and you're oh, God, look at that tax bill.
Right.
Go buy the new car. Do whatever your CPA says to do.
Yeah,
but yes,
absolutely.
And on that note, y'all, we will see you next week, and we hope your gas bill's a little smaller.
Bye. We just finished another episode of Contracts and Chaos, but believe me, the chaos does not stop here. So check out the show notes for our email address and where to follow us on socials, and we will see you next week.